Gianna, can you share with us why did you choose to study in Italy?
Yeah, I chose to study in Italy because my family is from here and I still have some family who live in Florence. Um, and also the study program I applied to has programs in most countries.
Mhm.
And the acceptance rate for Italy was a little bit higher than some of the other countries because you had to speak some Italian in
Oh,
order to apply.
so you could speak
Um,
Italian before you come here.
so nope, I lied, but it got me here.
That's so cool. But okay,
So
then can you please take us through the whole process from the beginning? Like how did you apply,
um,
what kind of scholarship and thing like that until you get it?
okay. Yeah, so the scholarship is called the Fulbright Scholarship, and it's an American program. And it's sponsored through the US government, the US State
Mhm.
Department, to foster good relationships between the US and other countries. And my one of my best friends did the Fulbright in Vietnam
Wow.
um, a year before me. So she studied abroad for a year in Vietnam, and I was like,
Wow.
I think I could do this. I think I could do this program. Um, but I instead wanted to come to Italy because my family's from here. It's a little bit less far
Yeah.
than going all the way to Asia. And I'd been here a few times visiting family and stuff, so I knew I liked it. And so I started the application process. Oh my God, when did I start it? In 2023.
Wow.
Um,
2 years
and
ago.
it was, yeah,
My
hmm
God.
yeah. In the fall of 2023, I filled out the application, and it was mostly essays, a couple of essay length questions, um, and wrote those ahead of time. And my university in the US had somebody who helped with
Mhm.
fellowship applications.
Yep.
So I would send her my essays and she would edit them because she is very familiar with the Fulbright program. So she knew kind of what sort of answers they
Mm.
were looking for.
Wow, that's
So
cool.
helped me craft my application. Yeah, it was cool. It's really helpful. Um, and then I submitted my application. I had a practice interview with the fellowship program at my school, but I never actually had an interview from Fulbright,
Mm-hmm.
which was
Oh,
weird.
that was so
Um,
lucky. So you didn't have like a year practice, but they never interviewed you.
um, I was glad they didn't interview me because I didn't speak Italian. And I was worried they were going to test me on it, but I figured I should just give it a try because the
Yeah.
worst thing they could say was no.
But
Um,
but that's really
yeah,
cool. So like you practice
I
for
said
the interview in Italian language? Wow. Wow. I'm so
no, I
impressed.
didn't. I practiced
Wow.
in English.
Ah, okay, in English. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't speak any Italian. I submitted my application, I think. Yeah, I submitted my application, I think, in the fall. And then I found out I was a finalist when I was in Vietnam, actually.
Yeah.
Um, I found out that I was a finalist and that they weren't going to interview me, so I was pretty happy about that. And then I was at work one day and I found out I got it,
Wow.
and I started crying
Oh
out
my
of
God.
the emotion.
Yeah, you were so happy.
And yeah, and also a little scared.
Yeah, oh, is it?
Um,
Congratulations. Um, it's interesting. So like you were so happy and you were crying. That's just so beautiful. So you were really, really want to come to Italy. So
Yeah.
like yeah, the friends, other friends of yours who went to other countries, did they go through the interview or they also didn't?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, okay. So you didn't ask them.
But different, I know, yeah, I know different countries have different protocols for their applications. Also, I want to mention that the Fulbright program is reciprocal. So students from Vietnam can
Yeah,
apply to the Fulbright to go to the US.
yeah, that's right. Like everywhere in the world. And usually to get a Fulbright
Yeah.
scholarship, I think it's also not easy, right? It's very selective. And you
Yeah, it
need to be
is.
well prepared for that. And you said that like there's somebody help you to go through the application and how to write like they
Mhm.
check your essay and like how to write it in a way that fit with Fulbright requirements. Can you
Mhm.
share? Do you have any idea about that to share? Like what's in that kind of
Yeah, that was like
requirement?
that was somebody who worked for my university.
Mhm.
But mostly the advice she gave me is that Fulbright is like their mission is less about doing research and less about teaching,
Mhm.
even though that's what you would be doing on the Fulbright. Their mission is more about being a cultural ambassador.
Cool.
So they want people who seem outgoing and friendly and are able to like foster cross-cultural communications.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's so cool.
she advised me to put a lot of stuff like that.
Mm, that's nice. That's very good advice. So, like, what did you put in your essay?
I
Do
don't
you remember?
remember.
So
It was
tough question.
years ago. Yeah, I don't remember. I think I talked a lot about my research experience, probably.
Yeah, I remember you said that, like, when we were talking before, you said that you also emailed to many professors in Italy during your application, right?
I did.
Yeah. How did
Yes.
the process go? Like, can you say about it?
Yeah, so for the Fulbright for the research program, you have to find somebody in the country you're applying for to sponsor your research. So Davide sponsors my research.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and basically all the advice I got for how to do that is just to look up research I'm interested in Italy. So I looked
Yeah.
up ecology research Italy. Read a bunch of papers that I was interested in and emailed the authors of those papers. I probably emailed 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
And Davide was the only one who emailed me back.
Okay.
And so
The
here I am.
only gentleman.
Yeah.
Uh,
And so we emailed a lot and then we met on Zoom a few times just to get on the same page. And I think he has sponsored Fulbright students in the past, so he kind of knew
okay. Yeah.
what the situation was. So it might be helpful to look on the Fulbright website for people who have sponsored research
Right.
in the past.
Right. Like they already experienced that. They are more comfortable for that. And what I also see that Davide seem like how many
Yeah,
foreign students for internship or like a short term research here. So maybe
yeah,
he's very like a have some kind of energy that attractive student from foreign countries. Like
yeah, I think
so,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is your study? Can you share your study here in Italy?
Yes, so I'm working with Davide, who
Yeah.
researches wildfire ecology. I specifically am working on a review paper
Mm-hmm.
that is trying to synthesize all the information there is on um, like fire adaptive traits of temperate deciduous species in Europe. So birch trees, beech trees, aspen trees, chestnut, um, hazelnut, these kinds of trees.
Mm-hmm.
What are their fire adaptations? And how does that change with climate change? So, like, both in the past, what did their populations look like under climate change conditions? And then what can we predict will happen to them in the future based on the fire adaptive traits they show now?
Mm. Okay. And so you need to
And then,
run a model, right?
other than working on the paper,
Yeah.
I personally am not going to run a model because I don't know how to do that,
Mm-hmm.
but I am going to, uh, I'm emailing with somebody who is proficient in modeling and
Okay.
we're gonna work together.
Okay. Oh, so like you will
Yeah.
continue this. So you will continue this research after you finish the study here.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I'm
Wow,
not
that's so
gonna finish it
cool.
in time.
Yeah.
Nine,
So like you will
9 months
like
is not very
yeah.
long.
Yeah, because now you still need to email the
Yeah,
professor or someone expert in the model. So like you will still have to wait for them to run the
yeah,
model, get the result, and then continue to write the paper. So you will have to continue after you finish
yeah.
the study here. And you will finish it in 1 month.
Yeah, about a month.
My God, how do you feel about it?
About a month. I'm getting excited to go home.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go home.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
feel
you
like
get
it.
it.
You feel like you have enough Italy already?
Yeah, I feel like I've been here a while. It's I'm just ready to be back in my comfortable environment a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, actually, because I have been
But
being with you for quite a while, so I know that
yeah,
it's quite also a difficult time for you in Italy. It's not that all smooth and easy. So can you share with everyone what's the difficulties you are facing here, so that everybody maybe can prepare themselves for it?
yeah, I think one of the main difficulty is just feeling kind of lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though there's like super friendly people here, I think everybody's really nice and wonderful. They're just like not my people, I guess. Like they're
Yeah,
not, they're all new people, and I'm not here that
mm-hmm.
long to develop those deep kind of friendships.
That's right.
So I feel like a lot of my relationships are surface level than my like
Mm.
relationships at home, which have a lot of past.
Yeah.
Um, so that's been a little bit hard. Also, I'm from California, so I'm not used to winter, and I feel like it's been winter the whole time I've been here.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been gray, rainy for 6 months.
Yeah.
Um, so that has a challenge.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I'm also in a long distance relationship, so that's
Mm,
never fun.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
that I find that for 6 month internship or study in another country is very challenging. Like it's not that long enough for you to get to a deeper level with any kind of friendship relationship here. Our team is not belong to here, so it always feel like strangers. And yeah, and the conversation just it ends during the lunch time, and during the lunch time
exactly.
during that time we can't even speak Italian with everybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
so so it's kind
And
of
even
like a
I think,
listening conversation rather than communicative conversation. So it does feel lonely.
yeah,
Yeah, what did
yeah.
you say?
And also I feel like even though everybody in our lab is really speaks fluent English, amazing
Yeah.
English. You guys are amazing at learning new languages. I will never get to that point in any other language. It still feels a little bit hard to like make jokes with each
Mm,
other
that's
and
true.
things like that.
Mm,
Um, I don't know. I just
yeah,
don't feel as like goofy
yeah,
as when I'm speaking maybe with native English
yeah,
speakers.
yeah. That's the thing.
Uh,
If there are some kind of support to make your stay here easier and more memorable, what do you think would it be?
well, always remembering that I do still have those deep relationships, that they're just a little bit far away. So calling the people I love and making it a priority to talk to them
Mm-hmm.
always helps. I've also been starting to journal, which I
Mm.
think
Oh, that's
helps
that's
as
very
well,
beautiful. Yeah.
just to
I
sort
also,
out all my feelings.
yeah. Ah, that's beautiful. Yeah. I also do it almost every day because it releases a lot of emotion and feelings
Yeah, it feels
inside.
good. I
Yeah.
never did it.
Yeah. And it's like kind of we connect to
Yeah.
our own self. And that help a lot to,
Hmm.
I don't know how to say, but yeah, for not feeling lonely here. Like we have our best friend is
Yeah.
ourselves and that we can talk like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else you think could be a good support for you to stay here better?
What else do I think could be a good sport to stay here better? I don't know. I think trying to make friends, even if you're not here that long, like I
Mm.
did put a lot of effort in when I first got here
Yeah.
to try to make friends, and it didn't really work. And then I only have like a month left, so I'm like, I don't know. I don't have that much. I don't feel like I did a great job.
It's not easy, right? Like all strangers and
It's not easy.
yeah, like because I went to many countries before, so every room
Mhm.
I always felt like really a stranger and awkward, like especially during the lunchtime, people talking and I'm just quietly sitting. But thanks to those experience many years before, so now I feel more relaxed here. Like okay, let people talk. I don't
Do
mind.
you
I
feel
don't
like,
care. Yeah, that.
yeah. Do you feel like
So
in Italy it's been more difficult than other countries you've been in?
no, no, it's actually easier for me. It's easier for me
Okay. Cool.
because I get used to that already. So I learned how to talk to people from the beginning, and so
Mhm.
it's easier. But still, I still feel lonely sometimes. Yeah, not that
Mhm.
often, but sometimes, especially when I come back from Vietnam, then I feel
Yeah.
yeah. Then I questioning myself why I'm here. Nobody
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, I always feel the loneliest after I have a visitor and then they leave.
Yeah,
Then I
I
feel
know.
the
Yeah,
most
that
lonely.
the house so empty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you like maintain the long distance relationship here?
Well, we call every day, which helps.
Mm.
And then we also try to plan like dates kind of where we'll like watch a show together
Mm.
online.
Wow.
We just watched White Lotus, which is a TV
White
show.
Lotus. Ah, yeah, yeah. I saw it a lot on Facebook and Instagram. That's so cute. Mainly
So we
Lisa.
just finished watching that, and sometimes we'll like play games together online and stuff
Mm.
too. I think like trying to do activities
Yeah.
together is a
That's
good thing rather than
mm.
just talking all the time.
Yeah, yeah. And that make it more like a diverse activities, but that really require lots of creativity.
Yeah, it
To
does.
think of what to do and like two people really need to put effort in doing those things.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like if only you want to play game and he doesn't want, it wouldn't work.
yeah. It's hard. I'm glad it's
Mm.
almost over.
Yeah, so happy for you. What do you like the most in Italy?
Probably the food.
The food.
I love Italian food, and I think a lot of people get sick of it,
Yeah,
but I love it. I love it
yeah.
so much. I'll never get sick of it.
Oh
I'll
wow.
have pasta every
Eh?
day, pizza, pizza every day, gelato, cannoli. I
Mm.
love Italian food.
Wow. And actually, Italian food is part of your family diet, right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. That's pretty much all I ate growing up
mhm.
because my parents don't know how to cook anything else.
Get back to the proposal. So the procedure that before you submit the application, you talk to
Mhm.
Davide and
Mhm.
and discuss about the proposal, the research, and then you put that idea on the application.
Yes, which actually I do think, thank you for saying that, is an important thing for people to know
Mm,
because if you're applying to do scientific research
yeah.
through the Fulbright, they don't make it clear that you don't need to propose your own idea.
Oh.
You can propose the research that your sponsor is already doing.
Mm,
Um, which they don't make that clear on the application at all. But
okay.
that's what I did, and that's what I know a lot of other people who are doing scientific research did,
Hmm.
because it would be pretty impossible to propose your own research project for a
Yeah,
9-month
that's right.
period.
Yeah, yeah.
It just
Like
doesn't really make that much sense for
even
science.
for PhD also like you can also talk to professor because anyway you are going to work with him. So it's better to have some of the idea together and then put it on together.
Yeah, exactly. So just like if you are applying for scientific research through Fulbright, you don't need to come up with the idea all by yourself.
Mhm.
Honestly, don't do that because it probably won't be as good as the
Yeah,
professor researches his job.
yeah, that's right. And also it also showed your ability to communicate with the professor, right?
Yeah, true.
Mhm.
True.
That's cool. Cool. That's very good advice.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I
and they
think
don't tell you that. It's really confusing.
yeah, yeah, they always try to make it mystery so that like
Yeah.
people like who's ever lucky then get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Jana, thank you so much with all the tips
Yeah.
and advice and sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you are going back home soon with a lot of good food and lots of laughter and talk.
Yeah. This is really cool that you're doing this. Thank you for doing it.
Yeah, thank you for taking time and stay here with me.
Of course.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
see you on Monday.
See ya. Bye bye.
Bye.
Enjoy.